My father told me that in 1937, Manuel Quezon was not satisfied because until then no definitive biography of Rizal had been written by a Filipino. The next year, in 1938, Quezon staged the Rizal Biography Writing Contest to encourage authors to write about the national hero. My father Carlos was awarded honorable mention for having written The Great Malayan. Alongside his work was cited a biography that had an unusual twist because it was not based on public documents but rather on family lore. This biography was written by a member of the Rizal family, a talented writer fresh out of Assumption College. Her name was Asuncion Lopez Bantug.
Why do we tell stories? Why do we share tales about our pasts?
Kwento ng kwento siya tungkol sa kapatid niya. Kaya kami lahat. All eyes, all ears. Gusto na namin makikinig kung ano mga sinasabi niya. Nagsusulat siya eh. Hindi sinabi sa kanya ng papa ko. Sumunod ka tungkol sa lolo.
The manuscript was never published, and so basically we suggested to Mrs. Bantug that she might consider having the manuscript published by Intramuros administration.
Every family has a history, yet ours isn't quite like any others. We trace our roots to Dr. Jose Rizal, the Philippine national hero.
When he was still in his mother's stomach, and she was praying in the church, you know that. And then he cried. Maybe he already knew that, he was going to have a tough time.
We ourselves forget that he was also simply Pepe, a beloved son and brother.
He addresses his elder brother, Nyor Pasiano, meaning to say, Mr. Pasiano. Oh. And that was the rule among the brothers and sister. Elder one is addressed Nyora Saturnina, Nyora Sisa, by a younger sister or a younger brother.
Like any other young man, he went through the pangs of first love. With Leonor Rivera, he learned its pain.
Lola Sisa was afraid to tell Pepe about the death of Leonor. So she hesitated, then she was brave enough on that night to tell him, Pepe, Leonor has died. For 2 days, Pepe could not talk. He was dumbfounded.
He had friends who were dear to him, among whom were Ferdinand Blumentritt, Juan Luna, Marcelo del Pilar, Graciano Lopez Jaina, and Felix Resurreccion Hidalgo.
Sometimes, you feel, am I worthy to be, that's why me personally, I don't really like blurting out, I'm a descendant of Jose Rizal.
Of course, it's really by no merit, I was just born into the family. But at the same time, I sort of take it seriously in the sense that I wouldn't want to do anything that would tarnish the reputation of the family or what our national hero had done for the country.
Someone should always tell the story of why he was different from other lolos, lest we forget even the smallest details of his life and are left with nothing more than a name.
I would just memorize his birthday, memorize the priest who baptized him, memorize his whole name.
Sometimes we put him so much on a pedestal that we forget about him totally. The lessons we should be drawing from him to be able to improve our own country, it's not there. It's not being learned.
What do we keep in our memories? What must we remember? In telling us about Lolo Jose, our elders also told us of their own heroism, grandparent to parent, parent to child, and legacy is passed on.
My grandparents would tell me about incidents of, let's say, from the other side of the family, Mauricio Cruz, who was the son of Maria Rizal. His wife, my grandmother, would say that, well, your Lolo Morris was the only nephew allowed to enter Fort Santiago when they were about to say goodbye to Dr. Rizal.
So the torch is passed to us, and what have we done individually with our own lives to contribute to nation building as Lolo Pepe or Lolo Jose has done?
Hindi ko alam kung ano ang bayani, pero magaling. Talagang magaling siya.
It comes from each and every one of our forebears. Teodora, Francisco, Pasiano, Saturnina, Narcisa, Olympia, Lucia, Maria, Josefa, Trinidad, and Soledad.
We knew that they carried a very sacred family history with them. Each story that they would tell about each member of the family was like all about human sacrifices. And, you just can't imagine the persecution they also underwent, all for a noble cause.